Ripple and XRP's market interest has reached a fever pitch, and of course, the company, the digital asset, is growing day by day. Many questions come into mind when the second biggest altcoin is in front. What makes XRP different? When will the lawsuit end? Can it beat Bitcoin? And many more. Watch the video till the end to stay updated with the latest price prediction of Ripple. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the XRP legend. In today's video, we will have a look at the short-term and long-term prospects of the digital asset and some updated predictions for the price of XRP. Before we start, know that the prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. And please note that this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered as any kind of investment advice. Alright now, without any further delay, let's get started. Ripple XRP is one of the biggest and most intriguing cryptocurrencies in the world. It is not marketing itself for its decentralization, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other great names. The crypto is closely aligned with several banks, investment companies, and companies throughout the world. This can appear counterproductive when many traders believe that the major selling point of cryptocurrency is its free trade. However, more and more crypto experts claim that it could be the main driving force behind the success of Ripple. Although it is notoriously difficult to predict the world of cryptocurrency, some believe that the unique position of Ripple XRP will allow some of the turmoil that could potentially shake the industry in the years ahead to escape. It is important to know what Ripple XRP is and why it differs from most other cryptos in the market to understand each Ripple prediction. As we know, the first time Ripple was launched in 2012 is to describe its payment platform and native currency similar to the Ethereum name. The platform is known as RippleNet, while its crypto is Ripple XRP. Most altcoins entering the market were designed to solve some of the problems their founders thought might eventually limit the success of Bitcoin, the so-called king of cryptocurrency. Many, like Bitcoin Cash, focused on the lack of scalability of Bitcoin. Ripple aimed, however, at another characteristic of the crypto, its decentralization. Ripple was designed to make payments easier for those very centralized financial entities instead of offering traders and investors a way of making online transactions without a centralized financial institution, which can be slow, potentially insecure, and expensive. Transboundary payments can be slower than home payments with significantly higher transaction fees, and hundreds of such transactions can be made each day by global businesses. Ripple permits companies to send and receive Ripple XRP payments to avoid high transaction charges and unfavorable exchange rates. It provides a globalized currency that overruns some of the problems that both fiat and fully decentralized cryptocurrency could pose. What is the Ripple XRP forecast for 2021? 2021 is one of the most volatile years to date on the cryptocurrency market. The trend of rapid inflation is reminiscent of the extreme bulls we saw in 2018, and many crypto investors understandably are worried that we shall see the subsequent global crash repeated. This could be a reality according to the long forecast. Investor analyses on Ripple's prospects for the rest of 2021 are relatively pessimistic in view to decrease assets to an annual low of 55 cents in August. Although the price of XRP will increase, we probably won't see XRP hit $1 again. The long forecast expects Ripple to close the year at $0.81 according to his technical analysis. It's about 2 cents below its current 83.8-cent price, not a big loss, but a disappointing prospect for investors hoping to see another all-time high, or ATH, before the end of the year. The platform considers Ripple's highest price in the next 6 months to be $1.10. This seems incredibly encouraging in comparison with Ripple's annual low in 2020, which was just over $0.1. It is part of various trends. However, that is eventually going to reverse the progress of XRP that happened over the past year. Wallet Investor is much more optimistic about Ripple XRP's short-term outlook. Unlike the long forecast, it anticipates that the value of Ripple will increase throughout the rest of the year, and the potential prices range in December 2021 from 93.4 cents to $1.54.7 cents. Wallet Investor believes that the XRP altcoin is slowly gaining value until mid-November. Its growth rate will accelerate significantly from this point onwards. During December 2021, the platform anticipates Ripple will increase by around $0.3 in just 4 weeks, from an average price of 96 cents to $1.24.1 cents. Although this would not have been worthwhile to hear the news for big names like Bitcoin, the low prices of Ripple are a significant increase. If this pattern continues into 2022, XRP could hit a new ATH in the coming years, making this prediction much more optimistic than the long forecast figures. The ATH of Ripple is over $3.2, its 2018 peak growth rate of 36,000%. Provision eBitcoin is one of the only platforms that Ripple expects to race at $2 by the end of 2021, which may be too optimistic given its present value of 59.34 cents. To make the platform predictions right, Ripple will have to recover to $1.23.506 cents before the beginning of August. In a matter of weeks, this would require an increase of more than 4 cents. The fact that, though the numbers on the chart have changed, the trajectory has not been the most striking thing about the last prediction for digital coin price. By the end of March, the platform believed that we would see the price for Ripple in August 2021 undergo a series of summits and troughs. At this point, the price will be increasing more steadily, increasing by the end of December from 62.4337 cents to 70.9158 cents. Prime XBT is also optimistic about Ripple's XRP short-term outlook. The platform has identified a model that could signal a further breakthrough with its internal technology analysis, especially since the price of XRP was now recovered in December 2020 after its SEC lawsuit. As we can see, the analysis of Prime XBT shows that, in the future, Ripple could reach $4. According to the CoinMarketCap, this would be an essential development given the current all-time high, ATH, of the asset at about $3.225138. A new $4 record would sign a new chapter of the crypto and show that the unfavorable reputation won by the SEC scandal has shaken. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, certainly does not seem surprising. In 2018, he urged any investor at Ripple to think for months and years when it came to anticipating profits from their investment, as opposed to days and weeks. Brad pointed out that institutional investor interest has increased sharply in the recent crypto market rally. In addition, Bitcoin BTC was described as a useful anti-informational safeguard. To Ripple XRP, Garlinghouse also mentioned XRP as a payment solution, which is important and useful. There are also signals that for a prosperous 2021, Ripple XRP could be in place. Ripple's partner Flare Network announced in late August 2020 that it is planning to create a two-way reliable bridge with Ethereum. This would allow Ethereum-based applications to access the XRP leader and vice versa. The Flare network will enhance the functions of Ethereum's smart contracts with Ripple, which could potentially increase XRP demand. The price of Ripple XRP one day reaches $200, according to Robert Art. Recently, he predicted on Twitter that XRP will return better than Bitcoin. Why? Bitcoin has invested 16 times its capital. Moving $8 billion to $80 billion is much easier than moving $140 billion to $1.4 trillion. Let's look forward to 2022 to 2025 now that we have examined the short-term price expectations. If 2021 reflected the bull run in 2018, then 2022 could reflect the collapse of the 2018-19 market. The short-term predictions of cryptocurrency are not particularly definitive if you wonder, should I invest in Ripple XRP? So, what do the leading crypto platforms think the price of Ripple XRP in the next 4 years will be? Ripple prices will hit $1.5 by the end of 2021, $3.5 by 2022, and $5 by 2025, according to recent long-term forecasts. Ripple XRP is up to $15 by 2027, $35 by 2030, and $50 by 2032. CoinPrice also anticipates that Ripple will decrease its previous levels of volatility. The platform does not believe that the price of XRP will vary dramatically between halfway through the end of each year, as seen from the above columns. This suggests that when the asset enters its second decade of circulation, we could start to see greater stability. According to CoinPrice forecast, the value for Ripple XRP will reach $7.42 in 2021, $7.13 in 2022, $9.76 in 2023, $10.75 in 2024, $13.33 in 2021, $14.02 in 2027, $16.84 in 2028, $19.62 in 2029, $22.90 in 2024, $26.36 in 2031, and $29.87 in 2032, respectively. With this, we have come to an end. Thank you for supporting and watching the video till the end. Make sure to push the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments below what are your views on this. Will Bitcoin continue being the king, or would it be overrun by XRP? Also, if you don't want to miss any further updates, then don't forget to hit the bell icon. See you in the next video.